Hi guys, it's Mrs. Hurley. I can't be in today, so I thought I would show you what we are doing through video. And what I wanted to talk to you today about, some of you may or may not already know a little bit about it, is called coding, and what it is that you think coding is. Coding is really just giving a set of directions to a computer. But then that also leads to this next question. What do you think is smarter, a computer or a human? Why don't we pause for about 20 seconds and turn and talk to a partner about which you think is smarter, a computer or a human? Okay, we're going to stop and turn back and discuss. One of the things that people often say is that computers can do these really amazing things that humans would never be able to do or even really figure out. But if you think about computers, everything that a computer can do is really created by a person, giving that computer step-by-step directions. Even if they're figuring out formulas or complicated calculations, somebody's been in that computer creating a program for a computer to be able to do that. And that's actually what we are going to look at and even get to try today. A programmer is someone who creates step-by-step directions for a computer to follow. And there are computer programmers everywhere. It's a very in-demand job right now. So lots of people in lots of different jobs have to know how to be able to talk to the computer and create programs for the computer to follow those directions. And that can go from everything. Sometimes in schools we need it, even in special effects in movies we need these kinds of things. So it's something that's really important, and we have committed in the United States this week for a program called the Hour of Code, and that is where we hope that every student spends 1 hour practicing being a computer programmer by creating code or directions for a computer to follow. And that's what you are going to try today, and I'm going to show you how to do it. So we're going to go on a website that lets us practice this. We are not logging in. It's not going to record us. But if you were interested in really making this a full hour and committing to this, this is something that you would also be able to access at home simply by going to your browser and then typing in Hour of Code. But I'm going to show you how to get to where we're going today from our library. All right. So this button down here, our Chrome button, is what you would need to click on first. Right? Mine is already up and activated, but you would find on our computer screens, we should be logged in as 424 LIB, you're going to find Chrome. Okay, and then once you do, you'll notice I have a toolbar up here that has a lot of bookmarks. And on every computer in our library, I have bookmarked something for where we're going today. And you'll notice it says coding. So that's where you're going to click. All right, so it has a bunch of Hour of Code activities. I'm going to scroll down. You're going to want to click on the grades 2 through 5, since that makes the most sense for us. And the one that you're going to look at today is the one on Star Wars. Now, it does have a little video that starts playing. I'm not going to show it to you through here, but you're more than welcome to look at it. It kind of gives you a little overview of directions and some really cool things about how Star Wars itself used computer programming. But we're going to click on it, and I'm going to X out of the video so I can show you how the game works. Okay, so I'm going to click on Start. And you want to try blocks today. JavaScript is for people who've been kind of already familiar with coding and actually know the code language. We're going to just start with blocks today that kind of already have the language in there for us. So we'll hit try now. All right, so I exited out of the video, but you're more than welcome to watch that. It's like 2 minutes once you start playing. All right, so here is our game that we're going to look at. And basically, here's BB-8, and here's the scrap metal that we're going to try to collect. All right, so it moves you. Every time I follow, I take these little blocks and I put them over in my workspace to create my code. Every time I do that, it moves BB-8 basically however I code it. So right now it's got for him to move over 1 to the right, but I know to come to the scrap metal, he's going to have to move to the right again. So I'm going to pull it under here and just attach it and let go. And then when I think it's done, I'm going to click this Run button right here. I know it's kind of cut off for what you're seeing, but watch what happens when I click Run. All right, so it says I've written 2 lines of code. If you want to actually see what the real code looks like, you can click Show Code, and that's what it would actually look like in JavaScript. I'm going to continue, and it will basically take me to the next level up. So now notice there are 2 things of scrap metal I have to get. And again, every time I make a move, it only moves him one block on the grid. At some point when you get further enough in, it's actually going to ask you what happens when you have up and down arrows. So when it says when up arrow, and you have to decide what way you want that up arrow to move, and there'll be little buttons that appear here. All right, so basically you're going to work on this to create code over here telling the computer exactly what to do. And you guys are basically doing the very beginnings of computer programming. So I hope you enjoyed trying this out today. Remember that if you want to do this at home, all you have to do is, again, find Chrome or Safari, whatever your internet browser is, and then in it, you type an hour of code, and then one of the first links should take you to something similar to what I showed you, okay, that looks like this. It should just say hour of code, and you may need to click on activities. All right, so I hope everybody enjoys trying this out today, and I can't wait to see what you guys are able to program.